Welcome to Movie Obscura with Adrian and Kelly. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Kelly.
This week, after a long absence, thank you for returning me back, Kelly. I thought I lost my job there.
Well, I was thinking about replacing you, but it turns out nobody can replace you.
Oh, I appreciate that. This week we're doing The Collector, made in 2009 from Liddell Entertainment. And this movie was not a movie that I expected that we'd have on Movie Obscura.
Why? What'd you think?
I thought this was going to be your typical horror slash film. Did not know that it was going to go the way it did.
I guess I'm not following your... What do you mean? Oh, you mean just a typical kind of run-of-the-mill slasher flick?
Yeah.
Oh.
Considering what you see on the movie cover.
Oh, yeah.
Where the guy with the mask,
okay,
the mask.
mask killer.
Yeah.
I got you, yeah.
So I did not, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. We are going to get into the meat of the story here. We have a individual named Arkin, played by Josh Stewart.
Now, Arkin, we were having this discussion before we started recording. He's the character he plays in the movie. He was in prison. Did do some time. That's how he lost his wife and kid. Not that they're dead, but they just don't really want.
They left him.
They left him, yeah, because he went to prison because
Right.
he was a safecracker, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was a thief, and then he's trying to get his life back together. But his wife gets into a little situation with some loan sharks.
Yeah.
And the only way to save her is to
He was
return back to crime.
well, and he was working as it looked like a contractor for this huge elaborate house in the middle of nowhere.
Which would just probably be their country home.
Exactly, and he was doing some window work, doors, panels, that sort of thing. Just kind of upgrading them, so to speak.
Right, they're just getting the house cleaned up.
And he's going to basically rob this house. He talked to the loan sharks. The loan shark says, "I need the money by tomorrow."
Yeah, or midnight.
Midnight. Yes, I'm sorry, midnight. And so he was going to rob this house because the owner of the house was a jeweler broker.
Yeah, the miracle that is Christopher Reeves walking.
Michael Chase, who was the jeweler broker. His name is Michael Rayleigh Burke.
Looks
And
almost identical to Christopher Reeves.
I thought that was Christopher Reed incarnated. It looked just like him.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is that? Superman's Jewish retarded brother?
Yeah. He looked just like Christopher Reed.
Yeah.
Unreal. And he had a family. Andrea Roth. She played Victoria Chase.
His wife.
She is she's a woman that doesn't know that she's not going to let anything stop her from being young and beautiful, as you saw her.
Yeah, right in the beginning, when her introduction in the film comes, she's putting Botox.
Yeah.
Squeezes her. God, I can't believe people do that.
Yeah, load her forehead full of Botox.
Botox, yeah.
And you can tell she's had a few boob jobs. Also, there was
nothing real on that woman.
No. Hey, Jill Chase. She was played by Madeline Zima. She was the only one. This was the only person that had any nudity in this movie.
Right. Yeah.
And then there was
nice try to get me to go off on that, but my mom watches this.
Finally, there was a 9-year-old.
All right, they were great.
All right, there you go. Hannah Chase. She was played by Carly Scott Collins.
Oh, the little girl.
The little girl.
Yeah.
She's going to play an integral part later on in the show.
Yeah.
So that's the family that is living in this house that Arkin is upgrading.
Yeah, with a lot of other people. They got the exterminators there and everything like that.
Oh yeah, was it Brown Locust or Brown
Recluse?
Yeah, Recluse spiders.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
And wasps.
And
Remember,
wasps.
by the greenhouse, there's that wasp.
Yes.
And that's when Arkin, he's out to have a cigarette, sees that,
Yes.
and he goes walks past and talks to one of the. Now, did you catch that?
He talked to one of the exterminators. Was that him?
That was the collector.
Okay, we're jumping. We're jumping.
I know we're jumping the gun.
We're jumping the gun.
But
I did not know that.
You didn't notice?
I did not notice that.
At the end of the film, you figured that out. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yes, you do. Yes,
because he's sitting there and he's in there doing that, so you can.
But I didn't know that was actually. I didn't know if you actually saw him. I didn't know that was the actual collector.
Yep, that was it.
I do remember seeing him talk. I do remember him talking to the exterminator.
Yep.
So in the beginning of the film, though, you're at a completely different house.
Still a nice upscale family house.
Huge house.
Yeah.
Huge. Larry and Gina Walton
come in drunk
off a night of dancing and dinner and moonlight and all that good stuff.
And they're an older couple.
They are an older couple.
Sure retired or close to retired.
Yes,
probably.
and they're having a good old time, and they're talking about their next rendezvous that's gonna happen. Obviously, gonna get intimate. And she goes upstairs to get ready. He goes down. He's in the kitchen looking at the mail. Tries to turn on the light. Light doesn't come on.
What the hell? Yeah.
And then she hears him. Then Larry hears Gina scream.
Yep.
So he runs upstairs, and in the living room or in their bedroom is a box.
Just this old. It's an old like steamer chest.
Yes.
Yep.
And on top of it has a note that says, "From the collector."
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa. And then all of a sudden, once he picks that card up, the box moves.
Yeah, knocks and everything. Yeah.
And Gina's like, don't open it, just call the cops.
Well, Larry's gonna open it.
Yeah, Larry's like, oh, God. He looks, he's obviously annoyed by it.
Well, wouldn't you be annoyed if you came home, there's this old crappy looking steamer chest and you're moving on its own in your bedroom?
I wouldn't have opened it.
Where you're out having a great time all night. You're drunk and you're just
but I wouldn't. Well. I'm sorry, Kelly's mom, for that. No,
meaningful lovemaking.
The minute that thing moved like that, no.
No, I would have been
down.
No. I would have grabbed her, ran down the damn steps, and just been out.
Yeah. I wouldn't even touched it. I would have grabbed every living thing I had in my house, got the hell out of there, and called 911.
Yep.
I'm no hero. And this Larry guy was an idiot for going out there trying to be a hero. He's 70 years old practically.
Yeah, and there he was trying to. I think he was just trying to prove to her that he was a man. Anyway, so
your typical, last man standing. I'm better than the biggest and baddest, and then you end up being dead.
Yeah.
So anyway, he opens the box up, and that's when the collector comes out, or whoever was in that box. Throws Larry in there.
Yeah.
And that's how the movie starts.
Then we go.
And we jump to the part where Arkin. Now I was talking to Kelly about this. Arkin was the robber, and throughout it he turns hero. Because Arkin is going to this house that he is upgrading for the Chase family to rob.
Yeah, he's going to steal the diamonds that are in the safe that he knows about.
To pay off the debt from his wife Cindy. I'm sorry, his wife Lisa and his daughter Cindy.
Right.
So, you know what? I take that back. There was the nudie bar scene where he was there going to talk to his wife about that.
Oh yeah.
And there were a few more boob shots in there.
Yeah, but I know those kind of scenes are no fun because they're just quick flashes of nudity.
Okay, I liked it. Sorry.
Hey, I like nudity, just like this movie called Gun Woman that I watched about halfway through. A lot of nudity in it, but I'd say 50% of the women are dead that are naked in this movie. It's pretty gross. Anyway, back onto the
ladies
movie.
and gentlemen, you will not be hearing us review Gun Woman.
No, it is a horrible movie. I couldn't even get all the way through that one.
For all you animals out there that like necrophilia, there you go, that too. If you like both of those, go ahead and watch it. You'll get your fill.
Oh my God, that movie's horrible.
So anyway. So we're now you got me completely off.
I know,
there.
we went down the rat hole.
Segueing back to he was going to rob this Chase family that has taken him into his home
Now, they're jewelry brokers. You said.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And they have diamonds probably in the safe. That's what he's after.
And what I mean by the Chase family is taking him in as Hannah, the 9-year-old, invites him to a tea party.
Oh, that's right.
Where they have, he's just talking about it, and just talking to her about tea and all that stuff. So I mean,
because his daughter's about the same age.
Yes. So he's really.
He's kind of.
He says he misses his daughter, doesn't see her a lot.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice for him to get to sit down. It's a little weird, I'm
Yes.
sure if I was Daddy Chase, I would have kind of reacted the same way, kind of like. Why don't you go fix a door?
Yeah, let's just keep you focused and don't mess with the kids, so to speak. I understand that completely.
But he handled it very nicely.
He did.
You know.
He did. So that next night, not the same night.
Because they're supposed to be going on vacation or something.
Yeah, right. Yes, they're leaving the house.
Yeah.
So he's got plenty of time to get in there.
Yep. And then the loan sharks, mafia, whatever the hell they were.
They wanted those diamonds by midnight.
By midnight.
And
or somebody's kneecap was getting whacked.
It was probably going to be his wife's.
Yep.
So he goes in the Chase family, breaks into the Chase's family's vacation home, we'll call it.
Yeah, the country home.
The country home. And he goes to the safe.
Which is conveniently placed under a pitcher.
Mm-hmm. And
I'd like to talk about that.
Okay.
I was watching that and I was thinking, that's kind of cool. It's a nice little lock hinge on that. You just lifts up the pitcher and it locks.
Yeah.
I think it would be great. We develop something like that for maybe this discussion could go after the podcast, but I'm going to discuss it with you right now. We could go into business with something like that. We fit over flat screens, TVs, when you're not using the TV. Yeah? No? Anyway, so he's breaking into the safe.
I think we should get on Shark Tank. That's brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's brilliant. I like it.
Okay, that'll be our next venture. Sounds like a plan?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, absolutely.
Kickstarter. All right.
Okay, we will. Yeah, Kickstarter. So he's doing the safe cracker thing. He's got the
the decibel.
Yeah, the decibel. Yeah, to the vault. He's unlocking it. He's unscrewing it and whatnot. And he hears a noise. And it's not what he expected.
Oh, no. He heard somebody come in.
Yes.
Yep.
He heard the noise.
Yep.
It was someone coming in.
Boots on wooden floor.
Boots on wooden floor. All you see on the screen is the boots and the sound.
Yep.
And he's going, what in the is going on?
Shit, they're back.
Yeah. He's thinking they're back. It's not them. It's the collector.
Right.
And throughout the time that he was not there, this man has set up lucrative, full of... He has booby-trapped the entire country home.
How the hell did he have time? I mean, some of this stuff, like putting the one of the doors had like 8 different frickin' deadbolts.
Yes.
So how did he have the time to sit there and drill out all the holes and install all these deadlocks?
He was the exterminator.
I understand.
And when everyone left, he stayed behind and booby-trapped the entire home.
I understand that. I mean, he had cable running through frickin' walls, for God's sakes. How the hell did he have time to do that?
I don't know, but he did it. And these booby traps, we are going to talk in great detail because they pretty much...
This is just
They pretty much covered up the rest of the movie.
This is another trap movie.
Yes, we've done Cube 1, 2, and 3. They were all trap movies.
Right.
We've talked about the Saw movies where there were all traps involved. And
yep.
This one is pretty much kind of like the same thing.
This is a guy.
Only this time the man is inside the home with the traps.
Yeah, exactly. He's. I guess I don't understand his motive behind it. I mean, he collects people.
Yeah,
obviously, the collector.
That's why they call him the collector.
But he collects people, and you see a lot more of that in the second movie, the collection,
which we will review next week.
Yep, and he.
God willing.
So God willing. Depends on if you get fired or not, Adrian.
Yeah, no.
With that attitude.
Yeah.
With that attitude. So, What I don't get is how he had the time to be able to do this. I mean, some of these traps are just crazy.
They are so elaborate.
Very.
And so precise. It was. I'm watching
And still, I mean, you get some of those camera shots, where it's through the wall, and he's got mechanisms that he had to go physically into the wall, place these mechanisms into the wall, and then he fixed the hole or patched the wall.
He had to have, because if Arkin would have gone in there and seen that there's holes in here. I don't remember that scene there because he was remodeling the whole house. He would have thought, hey, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
He would have known something's up. So he had to have.
Yeah, but how did he have the time to do this? See, that's what I love the movie. The movie was great, but huge plot hole in my opinion.
Yeah, really.
Maybe I'm overthinking it.
I think you're overthinking it.
You just got to sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
I didn't think about how the hell did he have time to do that?
I've seen it a few times.
Okay.
And every time it's just like, I don't get how he had any time to be able to do that.
Well,
kind
you're
of
gonna
shit.
and the audience, you're gonna realize, and if, for all you that are wondering how well it took, these traps that we're about to describe were very precise, very elaborate,
And very intense.
And you would think that the guy would have enough time to get it all done in a couple of hours, like he did.
Another goddamn cat scene.
And a dog scene.
Dog scene.
We've had a few dog scenes. Oh yeah.
I don't remember the dog scene.
Oh yeah. His dog, the collector's dog.
Oh, that's right.
And the cat.
Yeah.
What is it with about movie Obscura? We've now had a few cats. We're not gonna.
Dogs. Remember?
Yes, I'm talking.
This is
Yes,
a shotgun.
yes,
Biker mama.
and this was the exact same thing with the other dog.
Oh.
And the cat.
That poor cat. God.
Thank God this cat does not run into one of those beasts from the feast. Because we don't need one of those rants again. I can't believe you still find it that.
It's funny as hell.
I can't believe you still.
Oh, come on. What other movie would that work in besides Feast?
It doesn't work, but I'm just saying.
It doesn't work. It worked great in that movie. That was funny as hell.
I'm saying it worked in that
You
one.
get that little midget monster with a tail.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
I'm
It was
telling
great.
you. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. We'll go back to our movie.
It
here
worked
in
in
a
that
moment.
one. It just won't work
It
in this
won't
one.
work in any other movie. I mean,
No.
you can't have cat rape in any other movies.
No, you can't.
All right.
Anyway, look here. Let's
Let's
segue.
get back on.
So now, the
This is
family didn't go anywhere.
No, this is the part where Arkin and the collector, he's trying to sneak around the
Yeah.
house while the collector, he's just walking through the house.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
Arkin's
Willy.
going through doors. You can get this nice over the set shot.
Yep.
So it kind of shows the collector going into a room that Arkin was in, and Arkin slipping out just in time.
Yes.
Being very quiet,
Yep.
trying to sneak back downstairs. That's when he goes and tries to get out the door, and all of a sudden he looks up and he sees all those deadbolts in the door that weren't there when he was
Yep.
fixing the house up.
Because he was fixing that door, actually.
Yeah. And now there's 8 frickin' deadbolts in it.
And so he tries to go out the window, only for the window to have to slam shut on his hand.
Oh, and you're caught in like a pressure
Yes,
plate with
yes,
razor blades.
Yes, and his hand just immediately gets all bloodied,
Cut
all cut up,
So
banged
it's
up.
like he sticks his hand in this machine, a razor blade, between 2 razor blades that clamp down so that he can't pull it out without like tearing a knuckle off or something.
Exactly, and that was the first one.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, oh boy, it's on now.
Yeah.
The traps
And
have
it's
been
like
set.
that's the only window that actually opens except for the second story ones. Because that's when you start noticing that, oh shit, the windows are boarded up or nailed shut.
Yes, and I don't know if the collector did that
Yeah.
or if it was because he was replacing windows as well.
Oh, that's right, he was, wasn't he?
So I don't know if the collector did all that. But anyway, so his hand's all banged up, and we also see Christopher Reeve's retarded brother, Michael Chase, tied up in a chair. Arkin sees him,
Yeah.
tied into a chair, bleeding, bludgeoned, bloody as hell, and the collector's just having his fun with him.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
And he's cut him up pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And Arkin is trying to save him, and he goes, for some reason, leaves the area because the Collector's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So he hides, and that's when the Collector pretty much hangs him by his feet and disembowels him.
Yeah. Doesn't just hang him by his feet. Puts a hook through his damn ankles.
Yeah, and disembowels him.
Right there. Yeah.
So you see,
that's when he's in the bathroom with Chase's wife. She's in the bathtub. Tied up.
Yep, she's in the bathroom tied up, and
which is an odd place to have a bathroom, by the way. In that crappy room in the basement like that.
Well, I don't think it was finished yet.
Yeah, it was kind of a eerie cellar.
Yeah, it did. It was.
It worked for the movie.
It did work for the movie. She was in the but she was in the bathtub with a nightgown on.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
Christopher Reeve's retarded brother was completely dressed.
Yes.
I mean, he had his nice blue Oxford on and his khaki slacks.
And she was in a red lacy nightgown.
Yeah, I thought they were leaving for the weekend, or they were leaving.
Yeah.
The wardrobe is another plot hole that doesn't work.
They never left.
They never left.
There was one person that was gone, and that was Jill.
Jill, yeah.
She was out with her boyfriend. That was
he was like 20 pounds lighter than her. Jill, she's a little hottie, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, she wasn't a big girl by any means, but her douchebag boyfriend with the little stupid goatee thing.
Yeah.
He's about 20 pounds lighter than her, and he's a good 5 inches shorter.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't even have his name in here, so I'm not going to say his name. But yeah, he was in there, and
so they pull up in his Mustang outside.
Well, yeah, we haven't got to the girl yet.
What?
The mom.
Oh, sorry.
He gets her untied from the bathtub, pulls her out, and says, "Cover your eyes, cover your eyes."
Yeah, because he doesn't want her to see her husband.
She sees her husband. She freaks, and the
out.
Collector hears the screaming, goes running back downstairs, and what he does was awful. Now Arkin leaves her once again.
Oh yeah.
Leaves her to pretty much just get.
I don't think he actually gave a shit about these people as much as we might have thought.
No, I don't think.
The little girl, yes, but we'll get into that.
So, well, Jill as well. I thought he really cared about her.
Maybe.
I thought he did.
I think he just wanted to touch her boobies.
No, I don't think that's what it was. But anyway, the mom gets thrown back into the tub. The Collector throws her back in the tub. And proceeds to... well, first he was cutting her lip or her tongue.
Oh, God.
And then proceeds to sew her mouth shut.
Sorry.
That's funny to you.
No, it's not funny to me.
It's awful.
Yeah, yes, Adrian, it's very awful.
Why do you think it's funny?
Because you get so serious. When you start talking about this stuff, you get so damn serious. It's just awful. It's just horrible.
How would you get so shut?
Well, I wouldn't like it, and yes, it was horrible, but, I mean, don't take it so damn serious. It was just a movie.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sew Kelly's mouth shut, and we're going to see how he appreciates it.
Oh, my God.
You a sadist?
I'm sorry.
You like the cat rape. You like her mouth being sewed shut.
No! I didn't like it.
Well, you're laughing about it.
Well, I'm laughing about how serious you're taking it.
This is awful.
Just freaking relax.
Okay, so, alright, I'm done with the mom. She's done. She's done for. After she had a most...
Yes. I'm sorry. I'll take this more seriously.
I don't even know where I'm at now.
He just finished sewing the mom's mouth shut.
Would she stop laughing about it? It's not funny.
I can't help it. Every time I say it now, I'm laughing. Because...
Every time you watch that movie now, you're going to bust a gut.
Oh. Alright, go.
You're going to sit there laughing.
We need to go further.
And people are going to go, what's his problem? So, alright. So, okay. So, the Mustang pulls up.
Okay, we'll just jump to that.
That's the next scene. I'm done talking about the mouth still shut. Quit laughing. It's not funny.
No, it's not. It's horrible.
God.
Just quit getting so angry.
I don't know why.
Okay, so the Mustang, she pulls up
the
with
boyfriend.
Jill and the
Yes,
boyfriend.
the boyfriend and their kissy lovey-dovey in the car.
She's like, I don't know what you call her, that type of girl who is just kind of flirting, kind of slutty. Just kind of...
Flirtatious.
Because when the first time we meet her, she walks up to...
Oh, yes.
And,
She
get a cigarette or
she wants
something
to drag.
And her shirt's way buttoned down.
Yeah, she's a man-eater.
Yeah.
We'll call it that. She likes the attention from the men.
She likes the attention from the men, and she uses her body to get whatever she wants from a man. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And hence her boyfriend having the nice car, probably tons of money.
Yeah, she liked to have her fun and she liked
to have control of men.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And she used that to her advantage.
And she's supposed to be just a little teenage high school girl.
She was that. I don't know how old she was.
Yeah. Well, the actress had to have been over 18.
Exactly.
But she was probably playing, a high school girl.
Well, let me just put it this way, and I'll just jump to this point in a little bit. They go into the house, and they're doing, they're making.
Yeah, and the front door's not locked.
No, which is strange.
Yeah,
because
she thinks mom and dad and little sister are, like they have planned to leave or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that she thinks she's got the house to herself.
Yeah, she does, and she's now her and her boyfriend are being so lovey-dovey together, and
there's some hot and heavy. He's such a douchebag.
Yeah, he thinks he's gonna get lucky.
Yeah.
So he throws her over a sink. I don't know what room they're in.
I like the scene. Yeah. So they kind of go from room to room for a while, and then he throws her over this curio chest or...
Was it a curio chest? Look like a sink.
Well, because they were by the dining room.
Okay, so...
Because you got Arkin in one side,
yep,
like in a hallway.
Yep.
And then you got creepy-ass collector right out in the middle of a damn room, basically.
Watching this.
Kneel down, just waiting for someone to notice him so he can pounce.
Yeah, and so now this is why I say... The boyfriend rips her shirt open.
Yep, and she leans way back, and her hair falls, and you see...
And then you see her hair, and she's got her eyes closed. And all that.
And then she opens her eyes, and that's when she sees.
Yeah. Now, I'd like to say, I don't know if she was I don't know if they were trying to portray her as a high school girl, because I've never seen a high school girl with a chest that big.
I have.
She had a pretty good size rack on her.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Iowa, so.
Corn-fed.
Corn-fed.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
corn. It helps the movies.
It does.
Mm. So anyway, but a lot of the girls in my high school had large chests.
Okay, well,
big boobs.
Well, I'm from South Dakota. We're also corn-fed, but
titties.
Yeah. I don't. There was only one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember. Anyway,
did you motorboat them?
I would like to, but I never did.
Never.
No. She was just a little thin. She got to my height. So that's about how tall she was.
Really?
Yeah.
Was she a midget? Little person?
No.
Just short?
She was just short.
Really?
Cute, but short.
Is she standing like 3'2" or what?
She was short.
She was short?
Yeah. Maybe she was my armpit. I don't know. But she was
That's
short.
A big difference from a little over my waist to maybe my armpit. That's like a foot.
yeah, it's about a foot. Yeah. I towered above her, but that's
well, you're what, 6'1"?
Yeah, no, 6.
6 foot? Yeah. So you're still,
Maybe
average height's about 5'10", 5'11".
Maybe she was 4'11". I don't know.
See, I dated a girl who was 5'1" and 3/4".
Did you tower above her?
I did. It felt good.
Really?
Yeah. Felt good. I'm only 5'10", so it felt good to be able to stand above somebody like that. Because normally I'm the short guy.
Well, let's just say that the collector is 6 foot, and he towered. Oh. He's more than 6 foot, and he towered above these people.
I forgot we were talking about a movie.
Yes.
How did we get to that?
I was talking about.
Boobs.
Yes, I was talking about. Yes.
Boobs.
And that's gonna throw everybody off. Anyway,
Wow, that was a nice rat hole. Anyway.
yeah, that was a rat hole. And speaking of rat hole, this rat hole of a man, the collector, is watching this action.
Nice segue.
And she opens her
forward.
eyes and sees this man looking at her, and then that's
It's just all kind of creepy stance and everything.
yes.
That's
And,
when he goes.
and the boyfriend tries to be all manly.
who, like I said, he's like a good 5 inches shorter than she is.
Yes.
So he's probably 5'7".
So he throws a fist at the collector. He just catches the fist.
Yeah.
And what they don't realize is why they're moving to room. These strings are getting pulled. You see, they're she's in these boots and he's in these sneakers, and every time they move, they're pulling these strings.
Tripwires.
Yeah, that he's got this all set up as.
Yep.
And so when he throws the fist at the collector just catches it
Yeah.
and just throws him off to the side. And the boyfriend gets back up, not knowing that he just tripped the trap, and his first hand went into a bear trap.
Oh yeah. This is horrible.
Then his leg gets into a bear trap, and as he's standing up to get out, all these bear traps come on him.
No, they never went into this room. I mean, this room's got all these bear traps.
Hey, look
How
at-
the fuck did he think that he was going to be able to hide all this?
Well, yeah, and that's the
Or is it
thing.
like the formal living room that mom didn't want anybody to go
Yeah,
in?
it was right in the living room.
Yeah.
Because later on when the cop
But it is huge ass freaking...
when the cop is flashing his light in there, it's right in the living room.
Yeah, and there's just these huge ass bear traps. I watched this movie. Goddamn, I can't remember what it's called, but it was about cannibals.
Yeah, that's something that we've covered.
Yeah, and at the very end, that's how our hero
Mm-hmm.
of the movie killed the bad guy in the movie, is with a bear trap. But he committed suicide to kill him.
Well, yeah. That's,
Threw them both into a giant ass. And this bear trap was so big, it was probably 5 feet across. It just, anyway.
that's a big bear trap.
That is a big bear trap, but these weren't quite that big. But they're still a couple foot.
Oh yeah, they're huge. They were huge because one got right in his head.
Yeah, and just.
And that's
chewed him
another
up.
thing that I was wondering. They did show his finger move a little while later, thinking that he was still alive.
Yeah, just twitchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why they had to show that part. But anyway,
just another little like, oh my god.
so
shock
the
and
girl, so Jill is now panicking and running, and
They developed her character, I mean, pretty good for the little bit that she was in this movie.
absolutely,
you know.
absolutely. And
Because, I mean, right from that first scene you meet her, I got the impression that she was just a man-eater.
yeah, and
Yeah.
she's going to
Come
she's
to
gonna,
her.
it's funny because I don't even know how this happened, but she got pretty much thrown up against the wall with a bed of nails.
Yeah, the projector screen and the projector, and then behind the projector was.
Yeah, and she
Bed of nails.
was, and I think she was actually.
Was it? Did she get like hooked by a pulley system and flung into it?
Yeah, that's right, because he threw her across a bunch of bottles or a bunch of vases that were pretty much water filled with colored water. Thrown across that, and then when she tried to get away, the pulley got her, and
That's what it was. Yep.
and it
Something
hooked her,
and it pulled her right
and
into
it pulled
that
her
thing.
right into the bed of nails.
So she's all plastered against the projector screen, and all the nails have gone through.
And then
and-
one right in her eye.
Yeah, and she's all hung up on this, and then frickin' like a family movie's playing on her body.
Yes.
Body. I mean, that was just kind of like the cherry on top of
Yes.
the sundae right there.
So Arkin is now, he sees us, he gets out, he takes off running. He gets out.
He gets out of the house.
He gets out of the house. One of the windows that's boarded up, he basically kicks the boards out, and it's second story because he lands hard on his arm.
Yeah.
But he gets up and runs away.
Enough adrenaline pumping through him that he can take off.
He takes one last look and
then
sees
sees the
the
little
girl.
girl.
He sees Hannah banging on the windows for help.
Yeah.
And then he looks down on the second floor, the collector's in the window, and he's going up to get her. So what does he do? The bad guy becomes the hero. He climbs back up the second story and proceeds to go in her room and get her out, and
Right.
say that we need to get out, yada yada yada. What's the way out? What's the way down? Quickest down, and
I'll let it.
so the quickest way out, she said, was the laundry chute
Right.
downstairs. So she goes down the laundry chute, and then he goes down the laundry chute, and then the collector proceeds to bring. He hears. He gets Arkin,
Yep.
and he beats him up pretty bad.
Yeah, he gets beat up. Pretty good.
And he ties him up. He pins him up, and he's got pins in the back.
Oh, that's right.
And then he's pinned up like this, and he cuts him in the forehead to keep to wake him up. And
nice way to do that, isn't it?
yeah, and
I'd hate for anybody to wake me up like that.
he goes after the girl, and then Arkin starts calling him every little name in the book to get him back to his attention.
Yeah. Just pissing him off, trying to divert his attention back to him instead of the little girl.
So the collector goes.
Oh shit. Technical difficulties.
The collector goes in and cuts him in the stomach,
Yeah.
and then proceeds to grab the wasps
Oh, that jar. Yes, the jar of freaking wasp that he has.
that he has.
Puts it on his stomach, then lights it to get them all to go in.
And
Oh.
yeah, that was it. And
This guy has got some serious funk about his torture.
yes, and at that time when he was just about to do him in, and when he sees sirens and cops, because Jill, when she was attacked, she got 911 on her cell phone,
Oh,
dialed it, but she couldn't answer it.
So they triangulated where the
So
cell
they
phone
yeah,
was.
so they brought him over, and then the dog. There's a dog in the backyard that was his dog, it was the collector's dog, ends up attacking the police officer, and he breaks the neck of the collector breaks the neck of the cop. Then
This guy, I mean,
they escape. He escapes. Arkin escapes from that stranglehold.
yeah.
Grabs the girl, and they're going to go up the laundry chute. That's when the collector grabs the shotgun from the cop car,
Yeah.
and then grabs his dog.
And this is the first time you see him with a gun.
Yes. Then grabs the dog and proceeds
to go hunting, basically.
Yeah, go hunting. Now, I don't want to talk about the dog right now because you talked about the cat.
When they're upstairs in the little girl's room.
There was a black
Is
cat.
it like glue and acid or?
My whole life, I have worked with chemicals.
Yeah.
I've never seen a chemical where it disintegrates something that quickly for boots.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
boots,
it's like a sulfuric acid in a
a-
rubber cement or glue.
Yes.
Because once you step in it, you get stuck into it.
Yes, and he
Because
was
the
stuck.
cat's stuck in it, melting. You know, that's when Arkin, being a wonderful member of PETA, grabs the cat, flings it out of the window or something.
He flings it out of the window, but half of it's still stuck to the. So he
rips off the whole side of its fur.
So you hear it go, "Row," and he's
didn't
dead.
really do much for that poor cat.
No, because he looks back, and then half the cat's
It's
still sitting there.
on the bed.
So I don't know how the cat made it now, but the cat's gone,
Yeah.
and his boots are gone.
Yeah, his boots are stuck to the floor and melting away. So he throws like a bunch of books or something to try to get out.
And I want to say something,
This is where the collector comes into the room and he's doing that E.T. moment where he's hiding behind all the stuffed animals and the pillows in the bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because the collector, or for instance, he's stepping on books.
Yeah.
And my thought was, okay.
No, he threw the book over his boot so that when the collector came in, he wouldn't notice.
Well,
his boot was in there.
Well, yeah. But what I want to know is if it disintegrated the boot that fast, how come it didn't disintegrate the books that fast?
Because it wouldn't work in the story if it.
You always say that.
But that's the only reason. Maybe it was. You know what it is? It's the dust jacket on the books.
Okay.
It's like kryptonite to Superman.
All right. Fine.
The dust jacket on the book is.
Fine. Okay. This is dumb.
Well, of course it is. I mean, it's almost like how the fuck did the collector set up these booby traps in less than a day?
I know. Well, okay. So now we got you.
I'd like to tangent about that for an hour and a half.
And you would have. You should have. Okay, but anyways, So the girl and the girl and Arkin are downstairs. They're going back up the laundry chute. The dog almost gets the girl. He's barking up the storm.
Yep.
And it's funny because the dog goes back up the stairs in the bathroom where he needs to go. He takes a metal can and lights it. He lights a piece of paper in the metal can, and he opens the door. The dog comes rushing, and he throws the can in the dog's face. Yes.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
And then he goes out where the collector is, and he throws the dog at him, and he proceeds to blow it away with he blows his own dog away with a shotgun.
Dog's flying through the air and poof.
And it goes in half.
It goes in half, just right around him. I mean, this guy, the collector. He should have been on our damn top 10 horror movies. Because this guy, he must have an engineering degree. Some of his straps are just crazy. He's like Khan in Star Trek 2. He's like superhuman strength.
Yeah, and he's also like the guys from Hostel with the torture things.
Oh yeah, well, I mean.
So I just want to do a quick count. We're going to keep score here. In movie Obscura, we've got one raped cat, one cat that was disintegrated, and 2 blown away dogs.
Yes, and both dogs were shot with shotgun.
Yes, yeah. So keep that in mind. For all you guys who are there keeping score, that's what we're going at. I don't know how many bodies we've already discovered or killed.
Or 8.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, he fights back, and he gets to the point where he gets out of the house. The cops are coming.
Right.
And here's another thing I don't understand. He's in the cornfield with the kid. And he proceeds to run out on the field and get run over by a cop. Why didn't he just wave them down instead of just jumping on them?
I have no idea.
I thought you just survived the House of Horrors, and then and then you get killed by a cop that just ran you over. He didn't die though, but
he was pretty mangled.
And the cop picks up the girl, and all is well. You'd think that would be the end of the movie.
You'd think, because I mean, you got the whole at the end where the cops are.
The house blows up. The house does explode.
Oh yeah. Okay,
and they open the door, and they had another trap he had was the chandeliers with all the knives.
Oh, that was messed up too. Yeah.
And when they opened the door, it came down on the collector.
Right.
Okay, so you think
that's got, and it's only all those knives, and it only pinned his leg.
Mm-hmm. So you think that would have been the end of the movie? He's in the ambulance. All is well. He says, "Call my wife before midnight. I gotta get this done."
Yep. And the little girl's safe.
The little girl's in the
He's in the back of an ambulance, and all of a sudden.
And all of a sudden he goes, "Can you call my wife?" The paramedic goes, "Okay, sure." And he proceeds to go grab a phone, and all of a sudden the ambulance goes upside down, tips and is tipping over, and you see them going around and around.
Yeah.
And Arkin is strapped to the stretcher, so he's not going around, but the paramedic is.
Yes. Yep.
And the
collector hit him with a van, didn't he?
Yes, and the collector opens up the ambulance door and just throws a knife at the paramedic, kills him.
This guy, he doesn't do anything, just nonchalantly. Everything, he's got flair to it. I mean, just a horrible amount of aggression behind this guy, too. Because he doesn't just open the door nicely. He just flings that puppy open in a split second.
Yeah, and then he takes that Arkin, who's upside down.
Yep.
He just slashes the strap that he's in.
And he drops to the ground.
And he proceeds to put him
in the steamer trunk.
In the box.
Yep.
Now, we didn't mention Larry, but
Larry was in the house.
But Larry was in the house. Larry was in the box.
So do you think that the collector, what he does is he gets bored with another one of his collections, and then he decides, this is where, because Larry tells Arkin about, he collects people and whatnot, and then when...
we do apologize, people. This is a very interesting part of the movie, but we forgot about it.
We just jump around.
Yeah, because Larry was in the box. Arkin got him out of the box.
Because he was in the closet in one of the bedrooms.
Yes, and there was a time when the girl and the boy and Arkin used a television in an aquarium to electrocute the collector going in, and it was Larry that electrocuted, yes.
Yeah.
But
So anyway, Larry tells Arkin when he pulls him up. Did you notice how he was chained to the steamer trunk?
Yes.
Not around his ankles, but through his freaking feet.
Yes.
Holy shit!
Ouch.
Through the top and bottom, right by his toes. I mean, that was just horrible.
That would hurt. That would hurt.
Oh my god!
So you get that, and he throws him in the steamer box, and that's pretty much is going to segue into our next show, the collection.
Yeah, and that's the collector too.
We do a rating system here.
Ooh, how are we going to do this one?
Let's see.
You want to do? Should we do traps?
Let's do traps. We haven't done traps yet.
No, and I think it's kind of fitting to this.
Yes, because there's mostly traps that were set up in this.
Yeah.
Now, do you need me to do the rating system one more time?
Yeah, probably, because I still...
1 poor, 2 average, 3 good, 4 excellent, 5 instant classic. Kelly, what would you rate this on the trap system?
On the trap system, I'm going to give this movie probably about a 2.5. 2.5 traps.
Just a little above average.
A little above average. I liked it, but wasn't much story, wasn't much background. Didn't really tell you a lot about the collector except for that 15 to 20 second scene between Larry and Arkin, where he just goes, "You collect people." You know, it's like, okay. The traps, they were all right, but once again, I'm still kind of stuck in this whole when I watch it. This guy didn't even have a full day to set this stuff up. How the hell did he do this?
Right.
You know.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought.
Oh, did you?
I thought it was. I thought it.
This is completely backwards from most of our movies.
Yes,
I enjoy movies more than you.
It was fast paced.
It was. The movie was over, you know, just as quickly as it started.
It was a complete adrenaline rush the whole time.
I mean, it was a full length movie. Well, it was probably, you know, roughly an hour and a half.
Yep.
But it felt like it just went by.
Yeah,
super fast.
It did, but I enjoyed it. What
are you going to give it on the trap system?
I am going to give it. I gave it when I finished watching it. I gave it 3.5.
Holy shit!
So 3.5 traps is what I'm rating this because I enjoyed it a lot.
Wow. I got to go back, but I think this might be probably your highest so far.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think this would be the second highest. I think the Feast got also 3.5.
Did it?
Yeah. So I enjoyed this one a lot. Like I said, it was fast paced, adrenaline. Kept you on the edge of your seat. You didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know if he was going to survive. You didn't know if he was going to make it. So
see, I just had a problem with it was over. As soon as it began, it was over. It didn't have much story. I mean, it was just go.
Yeah,
go.
I understand.
But that was cool. I mean, you got movies that are like that.
Yeah.
But I would have liked to have a little bit more background on the collector.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to shroud him in mystery, I guess, kind of creates a little more suspense and horror in that character. I understand that, but still, I just finished watching Firefly.
Yes.
The show that only ran one season.
And that was a show
and
that
once
should have
again, it's
stayed.
kind of like the shepherd in that. I never got his backstory. I got everybody else's, but I never got his. And now I'm just left hanging once again on that, So it's kind of like that in the collector. I would have liked to have a little bit more knowledge about the character.
Next week, we are going to do the sequel to The Collector.
The Collection.
Called The Collection, and Arkin and The Collector do return.
That's right.
And also
that movie, I think, has the highest body count in a single scene in any movie.
Really?
Yeah. I think this one has the highest body count.
Even more than The Feast?
Oh, God. Way more than The Feast.
Okay. Even Night of the Living Dead?
Yeah. There's a combine involved.
Enough said right there. Enough said right there. We also are going to do. We talked about it last episode. We're going to do Amazon Women on the Moon.
Yeah, we'll kind of move out of the horror genre.
This one.
Yeah,
this one was kind of an '80s comedy. John Landis, who's well known,
This was a request.
Yes, this came from a viewer request. We do appreciate them. We do want all of your requests to come in, and also we have an update. Kelly, if you want to let people know
Oh, yes, you can find us on iTunes now, which is outstanding.
And how do they find us?
On iTunes.
Yes. What's it under?
Movie Obscura?
There you go. That's
Oh,
what
I'm
you
sorry.
guys do.
Yes, you can find us on iTunes by searching for Movie Obscura. Also, Movie Obscura on Twitter, Movie Obscura on Facebook. Our website's podbean.com/Movie Obscura. And I'll have, of course, all our videos on YouTube. We're not going to be putting video on iTunes. We're just doing the audio.
Yeah, that's just the
podcast.
audio.
So our
aspect
home
of
for
it.
video, obviously, is going to be YouTube.
Yes, and also, check us out on Facebook and go to our webpage. Give us your suggestions on what movies you want us to review.
Yes, because we'll watch pretty much damn near
Send your
anything.
comments, complaints, compliments,
Send
more
it.
compliments.
Likes,
I'm gonna really drive
thumbs
that-
ups, thumbs ups.
Yeah, I want to really drive that home.
Oh, are we going to do? I wanted to do this last week. I thought maybe I'd just get this one out of the way
Okay,
and
what's
have
that?
my brother-in-law come and do it. We're doing the Offspring and the Woman.
Yes.
That 2-for-1.
Yes. Yep.
I
I
thought
was just
maybe
gonna bring that up.
I thought that maybe I'd do that with my brother-in-law, and then I'm like, God, I'd rather not do it with him because we've been talking about it so long that, I do it with you. And yeah, we apologize for the 2-week hiatus, but Adrian's been off training for a new job, and I couldn't get anybody talked into coming over and doing the podcast with me. I'm sure shit not doing it by myself. Can you imagine how fun that'd be to watch?
Yeah, well, we are going to.
I would never get. I'd never talk
You'd
about the damn movie.
yeah,
I'd
you'd still be
spend
good.
an hour and a half on boobs.
You on that? You'd still be talking about how did you get the traps all set up?
Yeah. Next thing you know, podcasts are an hour and a half long, and I'm just talking about one thing.
Yeah.
I've gotten 5 minutes into the damn movie.
And the longest podcast we ever done was an hour and a half, which will never be coming out of vault. It will stay in the vault for good.
That will never see the light.
It will never see the light of day.
Ever.
If we had,
But if you do want to see the movie is called Where the Dead Go to Die.
let's
So,
not bring this up. It's a horrible.
But we will not be reviewing that movie. But if you want to check out why that podcast will never see the light of day, check it out. And it's called Where the Dead Go to Die.
horrible.
Holy shit. Oh my God, it was a bad movie. Anyway, alright, for Movie Obscura, I'm Kelly.
I'm Adrian.
Hey, we out.